Hey guys, thank you so much for choosing At Home Yoga with Nicole to do your practice today. If you like this video, be sure to check out my Patreon, which is listed in the show notes. Also subscribe because a new class is going to be out every single Monday. And then if you'd like to donate for content creation for future videos, you can always donate at Venmo or PayPal. All of that's listed on my Instagram at Home Yoga with Nicole, all one word. Thank you so much. Enjoy your practice. Hi all, welcome to At Home Yoga with Nicole. I am Nicole and this is my home. Today we're going to be doing a class called Slow Focus, which is about moving our body slowly with focusing on how each pose feels rather than what it looks like. Even if you're not practicing near a mirror where you can't check yourself out, that's neither here nor there. We want to really feel what it feels like to be in the pose for a moment. And when I mean moment, I mean like a slightly longer moment than what we expect, and make tiny adjustments that maybe someone from the outside couldn't see, but you can absolutely feel inside the body. So we'll be moving slowly, mindfully, but I actually find it slightly more challenging because we're gonna be holding poses for a little bit longer. I think it'll be a good class. I know it's gonna be a good class. You do too. Thanks for being here. Let's head to our mats. So we're gonna start today sitting elevated on something. I have this called a zafu. It's basically like a hippie's beanbag, but you can just get a couple of pillows. You could fold up a blanket or a towel a couple times. We just want to elevate your hips up. And once you've got that, find your comfortable seat for your legs. So it can be this nice crisscross applesauce. You can even put them out slightly wider, or even have your legs straight out. So this is one of those moments where you can take a second and say, what feels good to my body? Sometimes I like to sit crisscross, but not with the ankles crossed, just one ankle in front of the other. That can feel good sometimes. And sit tall. Relax the hands wherever they naturally fall. And if you feel comfortable powering down the eyes, now would be a time to do that, or a soft gaze if you're reading the captions. And when I say soft gaze, I say that a lot, but that may not mean the same thing to everyone. It just means that the focus is almost not on anything in particular, it's more internal. And start to tune into your breath. Notice if the breath is traveling down to the lower belly, or it feels stuck up in the chest. Is it quick? Is it slow? Is it full? Is it shallow? All without judgment. And start to notice the sounds around you. Notice if you can hear cars driving by outside of your home, or your pet in the other room, your roommate or your partner. Maybe something as small as the hum of an appliance, or the sound of your heat or your air conditioner. And then start to notice the smells in the room. Clean laundry or dirty laundry. Maybe you've got yoga mat cleaner. I just brushed my teeth. I smell my mouthwash. And maybe just smelling, connecting to your sense of smell, allows for the breath to get a little bit deeper. And then begin to connect to the feeling. Are you cool? Are you warm? Notice the space where your hand is connected to your leg. Notice if where your ankles are touching. where the tailbone is touching your cushion or towel. Find yourself lengthening up through the crown of the head. The spine getting longer, so instead of this compression, which we often do, take up some space. Maybe if it's even a sway, forward and backward, side to side, move slowly, mindfully. And then start to notice the taste in your mouth, even if it's barely anything at all. Let the shoulders relax, release your jaw. Notice if you're holding any physical tension anywhere. See if you can let that go. And then ask yourself, how are you? But really ask yourself, how am I doing in this moment? How do I feel? And we're going to set an intention, just one word that you want to connect to today. And notice if you want to set that intention to preserve the feeling you already currently have, or what is a counterbalance to the feeling you have that we could enhance to get you feeling more mentally balanced. I'm not sure what all of this was. If you're watching, doing a lot of hand dancing. So bring that one word intention to the space behind the third eye. And if you want to touch that third eye with your middle finger, feel free to. We're going to breathe in 3 deep inhales. Each exhale, we're going to sigh it out through the mouth. So cleansing breaths, just getting us ready and prepared to start our practice. Each inhale, focus on that one word intention. Each exhale, breathe out anything that you don't need right now. Here we go. Nice inhale through the nose. And sigh it out through the mouth. Nice inhale through the nose. And sigh it out through the mouth. Last one, make it your deepest breath. Inhale through the nose. And sigh it out through the mouth. Beautiful. Let's let the eyes flutter open here. You're just going to tilt forward, remove that cushion from underneath you. And just find a seat on the earth. Already it feels a little strange. You're just like a little more grounded, a little heavier. Nice. Drop the chin to the chest, little slow neck rolls side to side. Make sure the jaw is relaxed here. And we're just rocking that head. And let the rock begin to take you further, as if there's a little crayon on the end of your nose, and you're going to draw a big circle in front of you. Whoa, 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 whoa. We want to make sure not to crunch the back of the neck, so make sure it's here. Go slow. And reverse, reverse. Nice. Find that balance, find that stillness. Then we're going to open the arms wide, a big eagle's wingspan. Take a breath here. Let the shoulders relax down that spine. Sit tall, length through the crown of the head. And then nice and slow, hands come forward. Right arm comes on top of the left. Let's give yourself a big hug. Oh. And breathe, expanding the rib cage. Feel the hands on the back kind of float up. And if your hands don't get to your back, if you've got tight shoulders, if you have an ample bosom, that's okay. Get as far as you can. Couple deep breaths here. Nice. Let's open up and go slow. Move slowly, mindfully. Breathe here, check in, shoulders relax down the back. You can even give yourself a little shimmy. Sometimes when we're moving slowly, we're thinking so hard about something that we get stiff. We're so thoughtful. Our brain is working, steam's coming out of our ears. So sometimes you need just a little shake. Nice and slow. Close it, and left hand's gonna come on top of the right this time. Big hug to yourself. Excellent. Open on up, go slow. And then float the hands down. Great. Let's walk those fingertips behind us. I'm actually gonna turn to the side so I can be with you here. We're gonna take the fingertips just back slightly. So almost like the pinkies are reaching back. Our shoulders roll open. Gaze comes up, just a little heart opener here. Notice what feels tight and how can you relax it 5% more. My shoulders are always a bit tight for me, so a heart opener is always nice. This is a simple one, but effective. And then you could always take it a step further by pushing the hips up, but we're in the beginning here. Nice, and release. And then make your way forward into your tabletop. Great, once you find your tabletop, open up those fingertips nice and wide. Press the tops of the feet down into the mat. Feel what that does, and feel that adjustment. I guess you can't see it, I'm wearing a hoodie. Shout out to Soulflight, my favorite aerial anti-gravity yoga studio in my hometown of Nyack, New York. What was I saying? Yes. Press into the earth. We're gonna rotate, almost like you're trying to rotate outwards with the hands, so the front of the elbows shine forward. Try to rip that yoga mat in half, press down into the feet, and feel how active that tabletop is. Nice long neck from the crown of the head. Then we're gonna take that right foot, place the toes into the earth, and just a little rock forward and backwards. This is great for runners if you're a runner or a walker. This is a nice stretch. And then from here, again, press down to the top of the left foot. Try to keep the legs even. We're just gonna raise that right foot up. Now you're probably used to doing this, like if we do a little of this, we're doing a little of this, but today we're just gonna lift the foot. Dial the toes down and check that we're not leaning too far over to the left. So we're lifting from the inner thigh, the glute is working, and we're gonna breathe into this. Any place that feels tight, make those minor adjustments. Top of the foot, press down into the mat. You're lifting from the glute. Try to tuck the lower ribs in. That'll help keep protection for your lower back. Keep breathing here. Energy is down through the pointer and the thumb, so we're not putting too much pressure in the wrist. Length through the neck. Last couple of breaths, you probably feel your booties turning on. I do. And then nice and slow, we're gonna bend the knee and bring the knee to the nose. Almost like a cat here. And then bring the knee back to tabletop. Beautiful. Now we're just gonna sit back, take those wrists, and we're gonna turn the fingers, like I said, like you've opened a can, fingers towards you, and then lean back slightly. Just a nice rich wrist stretch. So it looks like this on the ground. Counter stretch to those wrists. Nice, turn them forward. We're gonna do the other side. So open those tree frog fingers, press the tops of the feet down. Inhale, left leg out, toes to the mat, and a little just rock front to back. sometimes holding it in these simple poses, actually, it builds strength in a beautiful way because the muscles turn on. They have enough time to be like, oh shoot, I have to navigate this for a while. Your body's constantly adjusting for balance. And inhale, bring it on up. Press the earth away from you. We don't want to tuck the chest down and just drop. You want the core to be active too. So we're working, lengthening through the leg, right? The inner thigh is helping us lift up that leg. But the core is also working. The front of the chest is also working. Press the top of the foot down into the mat. Knowing that sometimes when you're trying to find balance here, you have to go out of balance to find your balance. So if you're like, let's see if I'm putting too much weight in the right side, whoa, just bring it back up. Keep breathing here. Check the fingers, check the arms. Nice little body scan here. Last few breaths. And knee to nose. Beautiful. Let's lower the knee down. We're going to open the knees as wide as the mat. Toes come together. And then we're going to peel back to an extended child's pose. So forehead relaxes down. If your forehead doesn't naturally go down, you can always grab that pillow and just relax the forehead here. This is a great space to allow you for some deep breath. Try to encourage those sits bones to reach towards the heel. And we're going to activate this if you want to. Now, if you're like, oh, I'm living for this extended child's pose, stay there, right? Listen to your body. We're focusing on the feeling. Or bring those fingers over to the right side. Just walk them over and then lower the head back down. You're going to feel a nice opening down the left side. And then coming back through center, we'll go over to the left side and relax the head down. Nice, and coming back through. We're going to come back up to our tabletop, knees come together. Hands open up, tuck those toes. And if you feel comfortable, now if you have your cushion or anything, you can put it under your knees if your knees are tough. We're just going to push back with the toes folded under. Nice. Here we are. Toes of fire. So that means you might start to feel some warmth back there. If you need to give yourself breaks, that's okay. You can tap it out and then come back in. But what we're going to do is inhale, right arm up. Exhale, pat yourself on the back. Boop, boop, boop. You may know this from like a gym class. And then left hand will come and just sit on top of that elbow. Now, if you're used to doing this pose, you may be familiar with bringing that other hand around. You can absolutely do that. Sometimes the fingers touch, sometimes they don't, or this works. So you have options. One is not better than the other. Find what feels right to you today, right? What feels good to your body? Maybe you try all three positions and say, you know what, this is it for me today. Breathe. Tuck those lowest ribs in. Soft gaze. Beautiful. We'll release. We're going to do the other side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, pat yourself on the back. You're doing it. You're doing yoga. And then right arm can come up to that elbow to encourage it to come down or around. Reaching, as you can see. But whatever feels right. Give some energy to the toes. Make sure all 5 toes are trying to reach down to the floor. Sometimes the pinky toe likes to say, no, I'm not a part of this. But see if you can encourage it to be. Last few breaths. Nice, release, and now we get to all tap out those toes. So tops of the toes, give it a little pitter pat. Nice. our first downward dog. Open up those fingers, tuck the toes under, and go really slow, like we're peeling. We're peeling the booty up, right? Pedal it out. Find your downward dog. Now I'm going to give you a bunch of adjustments in this downward dog. Give yourself breaks if you need. So again, we want to have an external rotation of the shoulders. So kind of bring those inner arms closer to your ears. Fingers are trying to rotate out. Tuck the toes. Turn the toes slightly inward. If your heels do not touch, that is no big deal. That's totally fine. And then encourage your weight to shift backwards instead of just all falling into the wrists. Head, relax. Breathe into this. Give yourself some gentle movement if you want. What a beautiful strengthening pose. We're putting the head below the heart line. So it is an inversion. If you're someone who finds that your hands slip, like my hands get sweaty, know that that is also very, very normal. So just, you want to engage in the fingertips if that happens. And again, encourage the weight to shift back to the feet, to the ankles. Relax that head, shake it out, yes, no. Keep breathing. Nice. You've got this. Last few breaths. Let's do a cleansing breath together. Inhale through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Great, we're going to look between those hands and then baby step all the way to the top of your mat into a forward fold here. Generously bend your knees and let yourself just hang. Almost draping the upper body to the tops of the thighs. If you want, you can grab opposite elbow and sway. But see if you can let the head hang like a bowling ball. So it might mean shaking it out again. What I notice when I'm in a forward fold is the more I hold it here, the more I actually tuck the belly button in and can fold a little deeper. Also playing with how much weight is distributed to the backs of the heels and how much is forward on the toes. So you may just play a little bit, trying to get that equal weight distribution from the big toe mound, the little toe mounds, and the back two corners of the heel. Check that you're not locking out through the knees. And just hang out. We're getting tons of benefits just by hanging out here. And now as we roll up, we're going to go real slow because we've been upside down for a while. Bend those knees, root down into the feet, and nice and slow. Continue to breathe. Get that oxygen into you. We're going to come all the way up to standing. Stand tall, mountain pose. So rooting down through all four corners of the feet, lift up through the kneecaps. The quads are engaged. Something that's been helping me really tuck the energy of my back down and lift up through the front is actually imagining like I'm ripping the yoga mat in half, side to side. My inner thighs come inward, so we're doing kind of this nice rotation. There's energy kind of twisting outward. And my tailbone will naturally tuck. Because we all are different shapes, right? Like I have a heavy curvature in the back. I have a booty. There's no judgment, so everybody's gonna feel differently. But when people say tuck your tailbone, I feel like I have to bend my knees quite a bit to like even get that action happening. So imagining it's the muscle engagement that changes instead of what it's supposed to look like really changes how it feels. Shoulders relax, length through the crown of the head. Nice. All right, we'll take the hands into prayer in front of us. Shift the weight over to the left without going to one hip. but just allowing the weight, maybe instead the focus is pop the heel of the right foot. On your inhale, lift up that knee 90 degrees. One-legged Tadasana. Press those hands together so the shoulder blades kiss behind you. Find your balance. If you want to hold onto a wall or go near something, a doorknob, that's fine. Feel that lift. Tuck the lower ribs in. Breathe. You've got this. You might be feeling a shake right about now. That's okay. That's great. Excellent. Inhale up a little bit higher. Exhale. Here we go. We're going to reach that foot back without looking, finding a high lunge. Look at that. Now hands can come to hips here. The back heel is popped, the front knee is bent. So again, if you want to bend that back knee, if you prefer to just be down like this, that's great. It's a balancing pose. Check in with those hips, tuck the lower ribs in. You got this, beautiful. You're gonna feel that inner thigh engage, which is great. Nice, breathe. Maybe inhale, arms up if that feels good to you. Soft gaze in front of you, breathe in that one word intention. And then we're gonna drop the back heel, turn open to your warrior two. Warrior two, you wanna stack that knee over the ankle. Gaze is out beyond those left fingers. Again, think about activating, ripping the yoga mat in half. Warrior, right? Strength. You're strong. The lower body is strong. Relax that jaw. Remind yourself why you're here. Continue to breathe. It's not about how it looks, right? It's all about how it feels. We're inundated with pretty yoga pictures of people on rocks, on an ocean side, posing. And a lot of times we associate yoga with that, but the yoga is the feeling inside, right? Keep breathing. Your legs might be getting tired. That's great. Pinkies reach back. Energy beyond those fingertips. So I never want to see limp fingers. Limp biscuits. Keep breathing here. Nice. We're going to turn that palm forward. We're going to reach forward. Keep that leg there. Right hand comes behind our back. Reverse warrior. Gaze can be up or down. Just make sure that front leg stays straight. Inhale back through center, warrior two. And then left hand comes to the top of the thigh, right hand comes up. Now you have a lot of options here, ready? For side angle pose. Arm can be straight up, arm can be straight overhead. You can open that hand down or put the hand to the lower back. The only thing you need to think about if you're putting your hand down is not to just droop, but still find that lift. Ooh. Keep breathing. And again, it's how you feel today. So if you try a few different versions and you're like, does that feel good? Does that feel good? Find which one feels right to you today. This is not the last time you'll do side angle pose. Breathe. Last couple of breaths. Nice. And then we'll take the hand down. Frame that foot, step back into plank. Now it can be plank up here, or knees lowered, or ankles crossed. Totally your choice. Keep breathing, press the earth away. Heels reach back, you can even do a little shift, 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 shift. Keep breathing. We're gonna hold it here for 5. You got it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach back into your downward dog. Yes, yes, yes. You're doing it. Breathe. Again, make those adjustments. Do that body scan. You're doing great. Look between those hands. Once again, you can baby step or crisscross the legs. So left goes in front of the right. Crisscross, crisscross. Might feel good. We're making our way to our forward fold. Gentle bend of the knees. And this time, we're going to take the hands, wrap them around the backs of the legs. Tuck those elbows in. We'll inhale, lengthen. On the exhale, fold forward. Shift the weight into the front of the feet. And if you want, shut your eyes. All these poses, feel free. Shut those eyes. Sometimes eliminating what you're able to see sometimes brings the focus back to the internal. Breathe in that one word intention, shake the head out. Nice. We'll release those hands. Root down, roll up. My hair is wild today, everyone. Find that mountain pose. Checklist. Become the tallest version of yourself. Find the joy in standing tall. Hands come into prayer. Pop the heel up of the left foot. Root down through the right leg. Really straight, strong, firm. Inhale, left leg up 90 degrees. Standing Tadasana. And just as we did in mountain pose, check in that you're the tallest version of yourself. Give yourself breaks. If you want to just tap that toe down and then reach it back up, that's totally fine. You'll find that your body actually warms up quite a bit when you're working like this. Keep breathing, hold on if you need, you've got this. Soft gaze, maybe a smile, we're having fun, we're doing yoga. Inhale a little higher, and nice and slow, trust your body. Step back, high lunge. Beautiful. And let's bring the hands to the hips. Even if you're gonna end up with the arms up, check in. Something a lot of people sometimes do is they put their feet on a tightrope, so they're really having a hard time balance. Make sure that you could draw a line down through the middle of your body. Maybe a back knee bend. Maybe arms come up. Breathe in your one word intention. A slow focus. And another inhale up, exhale, find your warrior two. You might have to do a little caterpillar crawl to open up a little bit, that's okay. Feel the inner thighs engage. Pinkies pull back. Here's where I do my ad for soul flight. If you've never tried aerial yoga, it is pure joy. Anti-gravity. I actually have a setup in my backyard, and I was streaming classes from a soul flight back there. And it was truly so heavenly to hear the birds, to practice outside. But let's also do warrior two. Keep breathing, make sure that front leg is bent. We're gonna turn that front hand, arm becomes up behind our back, reverse warrior. Reaching up and over, you can stay straight up or reach. Check that that front leg stays bent. We're breathing. And inhale back through center, warrior two, side angle pose. So right hand comes to the top of the thigh. Inhale, left arm up and perhaps over. Or again, you've got options. If you want to drop the hand down by the ankle, just continue that play of opposites. The lift up and the rooting down. Check that you're not clenching those front toes. Find the joy. You're going to feel it on those inner thighs. It feels good. We take our yoga practice seriously, but ourselves lightly. Last few breaths. And then we're going to come down. Plant those hands. Step on back into your plank. Sorry, I have an itch on my nose. We're holding it here. Not too long. Push the earth away. Check that those hips aren't dropping down or lifting up too high. Keep breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower those knees. Knees together, ankles together. Bring the booty back. We're going to take the hands, paint them back. Find traditional child's pose if it feels good to you. Sometimes I feel a little suffocated in traditional child's pose. If that doesn't feel right to you, you can open the knees wide and do extended. Let those shoulders just pour over the side. Breathe. Maybe your forehead reaches the mat, maybe it doesn't. Last few breaths here. And let's slowly come up. Nice. And then hands just come down. We're going to sit to one side, legs come straight out. Flex those feet. Sit tall. Maybe hands come to your side to encourage you to sit a little taller. Maybe flexing so much that your heels hover off the mat. Try it out. It's like a magic trick. But then we're going to take the heels back slightly with bent knees. Right now we've got a really tall spine. We're protecting the lower back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Let the head hang heavy. And this is one, even if you can straighten out and fold all the foot way forward, we're just going to keep the knees bent today. See if you can relax all the way down to the very lowest part of the tailbone, the coccyx. And maybe your hands come to your feet, maybe they don't. If they come to your ankles or your shins, great. Breathe into that lower back. One more deep inhale. On the exhale, we'll slowly roll up. Bring those feet in and find your cobbler's pose. So feet together, knees fall out. Maybe walk the flesh back from underneath you. And your feet don't have to be super close in. Let them just be natural. Hands to the ankles. Sit tall. Encourage the knees to kind of fall open. And see with a flat back how far you can go. To your edge, so it's got to still feel good. Now, for a flat back, I can only go about this far today. And you notice there's a straight line even through the crown of my head. Don't worry, we will give you a second to round it, but we're engaging the core. Shoulders reaching back. Shoulders away from the ears. Inner thighs are open. Take a nice deep inhale. On the exhale, see if you can relax your inner thighs. Another deep inhale. On the exhale, now we can round forward. Let your upper body just hang. Feel it in your lower back. You can even sway side to side if that feels nice. One more deep inhale. Exhale, we'll roll up. Nice. All right, left leg's gonna come out straight away. Right leg comes in. And then bring that right foot over the left thigh. Plant it into the earth. Sit tall. Beautiful. Right hand comes to the base of the spine. I'm going to scooch over so you can see me. Inhale that left arm up. Exhale, twist. So you can be here. If that feels good, or just here. Keep that left foot flexed. And that right hand is just to encourage you to sit taller. So you don't want to just chill. We want to sit tall. Feel that spine kind of wringing out like a wet towel. Last few breaths. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come forward. And we're going to switch. So right leg comes out, left leg bends. Flex that right foot. Left foot comes up and over. Plant it into the earth. Beautiful. Left hand comes to the lower back. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, twist. So we use this arm to encourage the twist, but we don't want to crank it. We want to be gentle with our body, right? Slow, soft focus. From the inside out. Breathe in that one word intention. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, float forward. Yes, beautiful. Now you have an option. You can come down to Shavasana or return to your seat up on your cushion. You find what's right for you today. I always encourage you to do a longer Shavasana than I present in the video. Shavasana should be 5 minutes, 5 full minutes longer. It's really the most important posture, the finishing of the entire series, because it's where the body's able to absorb everything we just did. So whether you're laid out or back in your seat, soften, surrender. See if you can refocus, dial in to the inside of you. And I don't just mean your guts and muscles, the bones, but I also mean the heart, the gut, our places of intuition. And just notice how you're feeling. Notice the physical. Are you a little warmer? Are you sitting a little taller or laying a little bit taller? Does your spine feel longer? Notice the mental. If you feel quieter, more focused, more intentional. And notice the spiritual, that crown chakra. How are you connecting to the universe around you? How are you connecting to the universe within yourself? And if that's a little too crunchy for you, I get it. I want you to bring that one word intention that you set for yourself today, the place that kept you balanced, that we were balancing out or continuing that balance. Bring it to the space behind the third eye. We're going to do one more cleansing breath together. Inhale through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. And then we'll close out as we always do, bringing the hands together in prayer, whether you're laying down or sitting tall. Bring the thumbs to the center of the forehead for wisdom. Bring it to the center of the mouth for freedom. And bring it to the center of the heart for love. And I hope hope that you can carry this practice, the idea of slowing down and feeling a moment throughout the rest of your day. And allow it to bring some kindness and gentleness to yourself. We need that right now. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. New classes come out every Monday. They're all different styles, slow, quick, silly, mindful. We try to sprinkle in all different flavors. Share this class with your friends. Revisit it as many times as you want. Thank you for being here. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day.